All right, let's begin. Find a comfortable seating. Can be Sukhasana or Virasana, hero pose. If you decide to go with Sukhasana, see if you can leave the one that the unnatural leg at the front. So whatever way you sit into a cross-leg sitting, you can switch it around. And rest the hands somewhere that's not distracting. And slowly release the shoulders away from the ears. And cast your gaze onto the ground. And if you like to, when you're ready, you can close the eyes softly. And that whole process may or may not happen smoothly for you. Just take your time. If you're still not in a place where you are drawing your attention into one place, you can adjust your sitting, you can lie down. You can put some eye pillow over your eyes just to make it a little bit more grounding. And whatever you can to help yourself to withdraw your senses inward. Knowing that even if with all those support or help, you might still not arrive in the place you want to be in this practice, and it is totally okay. And that's why we practice. Someday can be a good day. You can easily get into the unity of your mind, body, and spirit. And someday might be not so much. Tons of things are distracting you from your practice. And nobody's evaluating if you're a good practitioner or not by how easily you can get into your practice. You can stay in this natural breath. You can also start invite some Ujjayi breath quality into your breathing. And to do that, you can start with take a big inhale through the mouth, acting like you are surprised. And exhale everything out. Let the air brush against the back of your throat. One more time, inhale through the mouth. And exhale, brush through the back of the throat and all the way, releasing them out. And close the lips. The next time, inhale through the nose, but keep the same quality of Ujjayi breath. Make it audible. And exhale through the nose. One more time together. Long inhale. And exhale, release everything out. And continue a couple of rounds on your own. And oftentimes when you go to practice, the yoga teacher may ask you to set an intention. But do knowing that intention does not equal to goal. You set a goal if you get too attached to the goal, and if the practice does not turn out to be the way that you'd like to be, you may get frustrated, disappointed. Rather focus on an intention today. If you don't have one, I can offer you one just to be okay with your practice today. You might get a lot of wobbliness, you might get tired, you might retreat into a restive posture very early of the practice, which is perfectly fine. Does not discount your practice at all by doing any of those. And slowly come back to your natural breath if you are in Ujjayi breath. And get the hands in front of the heart. And bow your head forward. Take a long breath in to promise you'll be perfectly fine with any coming posture, regardless if you can do it or not, knowing there's no perfect posture. When you're ready, slowly blink open the eyes. Bring the hands behind you and bring the feet as wide as a mat and not knees or side to side. We'll start with the practice with something simple and steady by coming back to Sukhasana, cross-leg sitting. And bring the hands behind the skull with your left pinky outside. Interlace the fingertips and open the elbows to the side. Get stable on your sit bone first, and then take an inhale, open the elbows and push the chest up toward the sky. And exhale, close the elbows towards each other, tuck your chin toward the chest, round your upper back. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now exhale, tuck your elbows forward, tuck your chin in. One more time together, inhale. Now exhale. And continue a couple of rounds on your own. Each inhale, imagine your chest like a balloon. And exhale, shift the air to the upper back. And of course, you can pause in any of those stops if you feel like it's giving you what your body needs. It can be a tight neck, Can be a tight chest or tight upper back. And next time when you are in center, bring the right hand to the left knee and left hand behind you. You can bring the left hand onto your sacrum as well. Engage over the left shoulder all the way to the back of the space. You can use your right hand to gently remind your left shoulder to open. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, roll through the spine. Rotate your chest toward the back. One last inhale. Then exhale, slowly come back to center and release your left hand to left side and side bend to the left. And grab the back of head with your right hand and twist your chest up toward the sky. So there's a right chest opening, but also right sideways to growing. Then slowly come back to center and shake the legs, straighten the legs out and shake the legs and bring the hands behind you. You can swing your knees side to side again. Option to come into a reverse table, press your pelvis up. Make sure your shoulders are right above your wrist. And press the chest skyward. Then release your hips down and we'll do the other side. Switch the cross of the legs. We'll add a little spices to this round. Bring the arms up and interlace your hands with the right pinky outside this time. And get your sit bone stable first. Inhale, press the chest up, open the elbows. Now exhale, round the upper back, close the elbows toward the chest. Tuck the chin in. Inhale, open your chest to the left side, open the elbows. So we're adding a little bit twist in the inhale. And exhale, close your elbows back to center. Inhale, chest open and twisting to the right side. Now exhale, release back to center. Inhale, chest open to the left side. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, back to center. Inhale, open to the left side. The right side rather. And exhale, round your upper back, close the elbows together. One more time on your own, on each side. And when you're back to center, release your left hand to your right knee and right hand behind you. Tent your fingertips. You can also bring the right hand on your low back. Gaze over the right shoulder to the back. You can use your left hand to gently remind your right shoulder to stay open. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. And exhale, rotate your chest toward the back. Keep your pelvis facing forward. So we're rotating through the spine, not through the pelvis. And come back to center. Bring the right hand to the right side and left hand up. Side bend to the right. Let the left side waist grow. You can stay here. Option to grab the back of head with the left hand and open your chest skyward. Take a long inhale, breathing in through the elbow. And exhale, slowly come back to center, and you can extend the legs out one more time, shake the legs, and also come into a reverse table if you would like to. When you're ready, we'll meet in table pose. In table, add anything to your cow and cat movement. Can reverse your palms, can also add side stretch. So this is a free flow time to warm up your side body, your spine, your chest. I'm not gonna cue you, so you can respect the pace of your own breath. If you get out of the sync with your own breath, you can just follow the sound of it and bring yourself back in. Once you're ready, come back to neutral. Distribute weight into the palms and the knees evenly first. Then imagine there's a leg underneath your left pelvis, and lift your left knee slightly off the ground. So before we move far, check in with yourself first if you are still in the center, rather collapsing to the right side. Then start slowly circle with your left knee. And reverse the circle. Tuck the right outer hip in. And extend your left leg long. Tap your left foot to the right side of the right foot. And draw the half moon to the left side. Bring back to the right side. So the whole supporting torso is stable, and just that left leg moving. Next time when your left leg is in the center, spin your right shin out, left foot down, left arm up, supported side plank. Release your right shoulder away from the right ear. Bring the left arm by the left ear. Option to grab the back of the head with the left hand and turn your chest toward the sky. And press firmly into the right hand and come all the way up into a gate pose. Reaching through both fingertips and reverse. Let the right side body grow and inhale through the right fingertips. And exhale, come back to center, bend your left knee. And rest your left elbow on top of left thigh. Right arm by the right ear, supported side angle. You can stay here. You can also grab the back of the head with your right hand and open your chest up. Take a long inhale. Exhale, close that right elbow towards the left, but keep your foundation stable. Inhale, open the chest up. And exhale, close the right elbow toward the left. Inhale up. Now exhale, close it, and last time. So we're doing exactly the thing we did when we were sitting, just the different foundation. And rise all the way up. And open arms, supported warrior two. And cartwheel both hands down. And spin your right shin in. Step your right foot back into a high plank. And press your tailbones back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take your time to get familiar with downward facing dog, this first one. You can pedal through the legs. You can also rock into a plank and roll back into a downward facing dog. Rotate your bicep forward and make sure there's a space in between your shoulders and your neck. And once you find stillness in your downward facing dog, rock forward into a high plank. Knees up or down. Bend through the elbows. And hug the elbows in slowly on an exhale. Release onto your belly. Bring the palms back. Palms facing down and big thumbs facing out. Inhale, lift the chest up. Ardha Shalabhasana, half locust pose. And exhale, release down. One more time, but this time you can lift your palms and top of feet up as well into a full locust pose. Next, so release down, hands down, press to the high plank or table. And we all meet in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, rock forward into a high plank. And release knees down into the table. You can move to some cow and cat between the sides. And once you're ready, we'll do the other side. First of all, distribute weight into the forelimbs evenly. Then you can experiment by lifting your right knee slightly off from the ground. You can by evening the weight out by shifting more weight into the right hand. And once you're ready, you can start rolling that right knee to circles. And reverse the circles. Then spin your left shin out, step down your right foot. Make sure your left shoulder right above your left hand, and extend your right arm by the right ear, supported side plank. Option to grab the back of the head with your right hand and roll your chest open. And bend into the right leg and support yourself, come all the way up into a gate pose. Inhale, reaching through both fingertips. Keep the chest open, keep the shoulders released away from the ears, and side bend to the right. Inhale, lengthen to the left arm. Now exhale, come back to center and bend into your right knee. You can imagine that you're pushing your right hand to the right thigh and open the right knee to the right side. So you're in a supported warrior two. Standing strong to the right leg in your left shin and open the arms. And rest your right elbow on top of your right thigh. Extend your left arm by the left ear. Support a side angle. Option to stay here. Option to grab the back of head with the left hand and open the chest skyward. Inhale, breathing in through the left shoulder, left elbow. And exhale, bring the left elbow close the right elbow. After upper back, inhale, chest up. And exhale, left elbow toward the right. Inhale. And exhale, right, left elbow toward the right. Last time on your own. And come back into a supported warrior 2. And cover your hands down. Spin down your left foot back. And press into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, rock forward into a high plank. Option to release the knees down. And bend to the elbows. And release all the way down to your chest. You can try the half locust pose, full locust pose. And I like to offer another option is clasp your hands, which is a variation of locust pose. Clasp your hands and reach your hands toward the back. And use that reach, the power of that reach, and lift your chest up. And you can lift the top of the feet up as well. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And make sure you're not closing up the space in your low back. So you're reaching through the crown of the head toward the front and reaching toward the back through the toes. And exhale, release down. You can do one more round of the variation of locust pose of your choice. And exhale, hands by the chest and press into a table, a high plank, and we all meet in downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, even though if you usually hop, try today take many, many slow, small steps towards the hands. And fold the legs. Grab the opposite elbows with hands. And shake your head side to side. Or yes and no. And inhale, hands on the block or hands on the shin, lengthen through the spine. And big exhale, release down. One more like that. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release down. And hold the opposite elbow again, but switch the arms. And then start slowly to rise up. And head through heart center. By the side to Tadasana. In Tadasana, close your eyes for a bit. And notice that even in this looking seemingly stable posture, you still sense a lot of wobbliness, especially when there's a lot of distraction. And it does not make your Tadasana less valuable. Is to work with those distractions on the mat that gains that strength that we need when we navigate life. And we'll move to some water salute today, and which is famous for being wobbly. So pay attention to how you react to it when you pull out of posture. And see if you can shift from frustration towards laughing it out and just simply focus on the practice. And to start, cross your left foot in front of your right. Hug the legs into each other. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. You're probably already feeling the wobbliness. If this does not make sense or work for you at all, you can go by regular sun salute A. Otherwise, exhale, fold over the legs and step your right foot to the left back corner of the mat and release your right knee down. Inhale, raise up the arms. And exhale, hands down. Step your left foot to the back, your right leg still on top of the left. Bend to the elbows. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, press your tailbones back into a downward facing dog with your right leg on top. And step your right foot to the left thumb. Release your left knee down. Raise up the arms. And both hands down. Step your left foot to behind with your right. And fold over the legs. Hug the legs into each other tightly, then slowly rise up. Exhale, hand to heart center. That is one side. Inhale, raise up the arms. And exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. And exhale, step your left foot to the right back corner of the mat and release your left knee down. Raise up the arms. Remember, raise of the arms is always optional. And hands down, step your right foot to be in front of your left. Especially if you know that you're going to need more support in a cross-leg low lunge, then you probably can keep your hands on the block or on the ground. Take a long inhale. Next, your knees up or down or bend through the elbows. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Next, exhale, press your tailbones up. And step your left foot to the right thumb. Release your right knee down. Raise up the arms. And hands down. Step your right foot behind your left. Hug your knees into each other and rise all the way up. And exhale, hand through heart center. That's one round. We'll do one more round together before I send you onto your own journey. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. And exhale, step your right foot to the left back corner of the mat. Release your right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down, step your left foot back. Take a long inhale in this cross-leg high plank. And exhale, bend through the elbows. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, tailbones up. And step the right foot to the left thumb. Release your left knee down. Both arms up. And exhale, hands down, step your left foot behind your right. And rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down, step your left foot to the right back corner of the mat. Release your left knee down. Raise up the arms. Exhale, hands down. Step your right foot to be in front of the left. Rock forward into a high plank. Exhale. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push the tailbones up and step the left foot to the right thumb. Release your right knee down. Raise up the arms and hands down. Step your right foot behind the left. Rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. And go flow through one more round on each side on your own. So it can be wobbly. It can also be your style. It does not have to be exactly what I just guided you through. Remember, this whole practice tonight is it's okay to not be perfect, especially since there's no definition of perfect yoga posture. If you're still flowing, take your time to arrive at the front of the mat. If you already arrived at the front mat and cross the legs, you can come into Tadasana again before we flow together. And once you arrived at the front of the mat, shifting weight onto your left foot, bring the right heel to the left ankle and open your right knee to the right side. So you can stay here. Then clasp your hands with the left pinky outside and bring the clasped hands towards the ground and open the chest. An option to lift your right foot slightly up or above the knee, the left inner thigh. If you decide to arrive to the left inner thigh, imagine you're pressing the left inner thigh into the bottom of the right foot and right foot pressing into it as well. And right knee continuously to open to the right side. Option to release the hands and release the right foot down and take a big step with your left foot into a high lunge with your hands clasped behind you. Inhale, puff the chest up and reach your hands down. And shift the clasped hands to the left side of the left leg and turn your chest to the right side. So we're introducing a twist here. Some of you might have been into this posture before. And exhale, tap the left knee down to the ground. Inhale, lift it back up. And exhale, tap it down. One more time. Then open the arms and spin down your left heel, bend into your right leg into warrior two. Reaching through the fingertips. Keep your right thigh open to the right side. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Extend to the right leg. Take a long inhale. And exhale, come back to center. Straighten your left leg. Parallel your feet. Clasp your hands one more time behind you with your left pinky outside. Puff the chest up. Exhale, fold over the legs. You can let your head hang here. You can bring the blocks underneath your forehead and rest your forehead on top of it. You can also release your palms down, and so you can use your hands for some support. But if you want to continue to focus on chest opening, you can keep the clasped hands in the air. We wouldn't be here long for one more long breath. And exhale, release everything out. Feel yourself closer to the ground. Then walk yourself to the back of the mat. Bend into the left knee. And if your hands are on the ground, clasp your hands behind you and lift your clasped hands toward the sky this time. Humble warrior. For this round, you can rest your chest on top of your left thigh just to make it a little bit more supportive. And exhale, release your hands down and drag your right foot in and lift your right leg up. Keep your chest, your torso close to your left thigh bone into a standing split. Your right leg might tend to open. Just leave it as it is. We're not focusing on closing the pelvis today. So let your right leg do whatever it wants to do to be afloat in the air, to keep your chest close to the left leg. Then slowly step your right foot down and come into Malasana Yoga Squat. You can slide a block underneath your sit bone. You can also come into a high squat if that works better for you after standing split. You can also come into a seat, of course. And because that was a lot of hamstring stretch, you can also counterpose it by doing a crow pose if you feel like having a lot of energy in you today and want to go for a unbalancing pose. And when you're ready, start slowly rise up. And shift weight onto the right foot. Bring the left heel to your right ankle and open the left knee to the left side. Before we move the next step, clasp the hands behind you with the right pinky outside. And reach the hands toward the ground and puff the chest up. Hug the right outer hip in. Make the right leg be reliable as only supporting of this posture. And once you're right there, you can start moving the left foot up to be even onto the right inner thigh. A tree pose with a little bit reminder of opening chest. Release your left foot down and take a big step with your right foot into a high lunge. Inhale, reach the chest up, reach the hands down, bend into the left knee. Then exhale, bring the hands to right side of the right leg and turn your chest to the left side. Take a long inhale. Next, so tap the right knee down onto the ground lightly, so you're not just dropping it. And exhale, straighten the right leg again, lift it back up. Inhale, tap the right knee down. And exhale, lift it back up. One last time. Then open the chest to the right side. Open the arms, bend into the left leg, spin down your right heel. Warrior two. Keep the left knee open to the left side. Imagine your right hand floating as high as your left, even though your gaze is on the left fingertips. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Inhale, lengthen to the left arm. Let the left side of the body grow. Next, I'll come back to center and parallel the feet. Clasp the hands behind you with your right pinky outside this time. And fold your chest toward the ground. Bring your torso close to the thigh bones. Option to slice a block or two blocks underneath your forehead to catch it. And also release your hands down onto the ground. We'll be here one more long breath in. And exhale, let everything out. Then walk yourself to the front of the mat, bend into your right knee again. Rest your chest onto the right thigh bone. Keep the clasp the hands reaching toward the sky. Humble warrior. Take a long inhale. And exhale, release your hands down, but keep your chest close to your right thigh bone. And float up your left leg. Standing split. And step your left foot down and sit into a Malasana Yoga squat. Press your palms together and elbows into the thigh bones. There's a lot of unfamiliar shapes in today's practice. And not necessarily what you see on the screen, what I am doing is a perfect shape. What you are looking for is what works the best for you. And even if it's not working the best for you today, knowing that there someday it will be, and fold all the legs. We'll do another round with a little bit add-on. And come into Tadasana at the front of the mat. So first of all, come into a tree pose, standing strong on your left leg, and right foot on your left inner thigh. You can bring the hands behind you and reach your hands toward the ground. Another option is press your palms together and reverse your prayer and bring it onto your back. This requires a lot of attention and focus. You can fall out of the posture with tiny little bit distraction, which is everywhere these days. And step your right foot down. And take a big step with your left foot. High lunge. Collapse your hand with the left pinky outside and pop the chest up. And exhale, open your arms, turn the chest to the right side. Inhale, reaching to both fingertips. And exhale, cartwheel your left hand down, right hand up, twisting to the right side. And release your right hand down. Spin down your left heel, right hand inside the right foot, hugging your right knee into right arm bone, left arm up. And extend your left arm by the left ear. Option to bring the left hand behind you for a half bind. Option to thread your right arm underneath your right leg and walk your hands towards each other for a full bind. And rotate your chest up. And come all the way up into a warrior two this time. And reverse. And come back up. Parallel your feet. Interlace your hands behind you. You can also reverse your prayer. Take a big inhale. And exhale, lead with the chest and fold over the legs. Take a long inhale here together. Then exhale, walk yourself to the back of the mat. Interlace your hands with the left pinky outside if you haven't done so. And reach your hands toward the sky. And this time, perhaps bring your chest slightly above your left knee or inside of left knee for a classic humble warrior. Standing strong to the left foot. And once you feel like you're standing strong to the left foot, release your hands down and come into a standing split again. And this time with an option of bend your right knee in and grab your right foot with the left hand rather, and kick that left knee up into sugar cane pose. This is one of the postures definitely has no perfect definition. Everybody's sugar cane pose looks so different. And it's perfectly fine if you fall out of this posture. You can come into a standing split or simply a child pose if that's where you want to be. Then release the bind and release your right foot down and sit into Malasana. Take as much as rest you need. None of those postures is easy. And we'll all meet in Tadasana at the end of your mat. And standing strong to the right foot. Bring the left foot to the right inner thigh, Trikonasana tree pose. Option to clasp your hands with the right pinky outside and reach the clasp the hands toward the ground. Option to bring the palms together and reverse your hands with your fingertips toward the sky. And walk that reverse prayer along the spine. Release the shoulders away from the ears. I'm definitely more wobbly on this side because I'm seeing all the moving shadows on the wall. And step your left foot down, step your right foot back. Reach your hands toward the ground with the clasped hands, right pinky outside. Inhale, puff the chest up. And exhale, open your arms, open your chest to the left side. Inhale, reaching to both fingertips. And exhale, right hand down, left hand down. Release your left hand down. Bring the left hand inside of your left foot. Spin down your right foot. Right arm up. Hugging the left knee into the left arm bone. Option to bring the right hand behind you for a half bind. Option to thread your left arm underneath your left leg. And walk your hands together. Bring your right chest open into a full bind. Release from the bind if you have it, and rise all the way up into a warrior two. Gaze over the front fingertips and reverse. Come back up, parallel the feet. You can clasp your hands behind you. You can also create a reverse prayer. You can also simply open the arms to the side and lead with the chest folding toward the legs. Clasp hands if you haven't done so, and walk yourself to the front, bend into the right knee, and this time lift your torso slightly off the right leg. You can also keep the inside of the right leg to guide you to standing strongly onto the right foot. And once you get that, you can release your hands down and help yourself into a standing split by lifting your left leg up and keep your torso close to the right leg. Option to bend your right foot and left foot in and grab the left foot with your right hand and standing strong to the right leg, hugging the right outer hip in and kick the left knee up and out. Option to bring the left hand close to the chest. Step your left foot down and come into Malasana Yoga Squat. And let's cool down. Sit on your hips. Bring the soles of your feet together. And draw the heels close to the pelvis. And hold the feet with your hands. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. And exhale, fold the legs. Use the open of the elbows to keep the knees open towards the sides. And simply stay here. And just sit with all the reflections from the challenging flows we did today. The accomplishment, the frustration, positive and negative. Sit with them all. And slowly rise back up. I'm gonna do some outer hips opening after those standing split and sugarcane pose. I find it's really helpful to prop myself onto something like a blanket or a pillow. So you can come to a simple Sukhasana again. You can come into a pigeon or a figure four on the back. But today, I'll demo fire log or half lotus. So if you like to do fire log, bring the right foot onto the left knee and stack the shin bones on top of each other. So your right shin is on top of left. And your right knee is dropping toward the ground. Actually, let me facing this way. You can also draw the right foot closer to your pelvis into a half lotus. And if you want to add on, you can also walk your hands toward the front until you cannot walk forward anymore. And then release your chest toward the ground. 3 to 5 rounds of long breath here. And start slowly walk yourself back up. Extend both legs long and shake the legs. And windshield wiper your knee side to side, the shape we started with. Especially after long folding like that, our hips can get stagnant again in a different position than we usually are. So it is actually important to bring the mobility back in again before we try the other side. Bend your right leg. You can keep your left leg front in Sukhasana. You can also stack the left foot on top of your right knee rather, and stack your shin bones on top of each other. As you can see, my left side is not as open as right, so I usually put a block underneath your left knee. Just give a little bit of support. And of course, if you like to come into a half lotus pose, you can bring the left heel closer to the right hip. Ardha Padmasana, half lotus. An option to stay here. Option to walk your hands toward the front. And start slowly walk yourself back up. Release the legs to the front. Shake the legs. And rock the knee side to side. Once you're ready, come lie down onto the back. Bring the blocks and the blanket all close to you. Bring the feet as close as to the sit bone and lift your tailbone up into a bridge pose. Sadhubandha Sarvangasana. And if you like to add some support, you can bring one block underneath your sacrum. You can also stack the two blocks the lowest way underneath it. To reopen the front hip space after those folding. Let your arms naturally hang in your shoulders, released. And start inviting your natural breath coming back to you. When you're ready to get ready for rest, lift your tailbone slightly up and slide the blocks away. Release your tailbones onto the ground. And extend your legs, your arms out. If there's been a lot of hamstring stretch for you tonight, you can bring a block underneath behind each knee. And once you're ready, Shavasana. And start wiggling your toes, your fingertips. And of course, you're welcome to stay where you are if you like to. But if you're ready, do walk off the mat. Roll yourself onto one side. And support yourself into a comfortable seat. Gather your hand in front of the heart as a gesture to bring your practice closer to you, even off the mat. I'm going to take one more long breath in together. Next, everything smoothly, slowly out. And bow your head toward the heart. And when you're ready, slowly blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. And I'll see you in 2 weeks.